So today, we're just kind of talking about family activities and stuff like that. I don't really have a PowerPoint today. I just figured was hoping there'd be more people and that we could just kind of talk about the things you like to do with your family. Tell you some of the stuff I like to do with mine. We can talk about some other cool, different ideas of things you can do. So, what are some things you like to do with your family?
I like to play basketball.
Okay. I know when I go like home to visit my parents and my brothers when they're home because they're also in college and off on their own. Sometimes we'll play board games or we just like to sit and my dad will find a movie for us to watch and we'll all just kind of hang out and watch a movie together, which is nice. I mean, watch a movie, don't really have to talk, but it's the quality family time you get to spend together. Um, let's see. I know when I was looking up some different kinds of activities and stuff, a lot of people on the internet say they like to play different kinds of card games with their family, like Uno and Go Fish and all that kind of fun stuff. I know I have a cousin who she'll usually come stay with us for like a week over the summer, or my parents, I should say, not me. And I'll go visit her while she's at my parents' house, and she always wants to play a board game or cards, or there's always something she wants to do. Um, and then other things you can do with your families are like, lucky for us here in Fremont, we have the state lakes. You could go hang out at the beach. I know I've been out there a couple times this summer just hanging out with my friends, and I've seen lots of families with their big tents and just grilling out and having fun, having the kids play in the lake and all that. And that can always be a fun time for the whole family. Everybody can kind of do their own thing. And then it's always fun to go on a picnic, kind of make up your favorite foods, go find a place. You don't even really have to go to a park or anywhere. You could even just maybe go in your own backyard and have your own little outdoor picnic. I know at the daycare that I work at the Y, we do a picnic twice during the summer and let the kids go eat outside. Just something different, kind of breaks up your normal routine and you get a little different in your day, which is always kind of nice. Um, and then something I found that somebody likes to do with their kids and with their family while I was looking up other stuff other than what I like to do, was there was one post about this lady who she likes to put her kids in the car and then she makes them wear a blindfold. And then she drives around town for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then she sees if the kids can figure out how to get back home. Which is kind of, I mean, it's funny, but it's also kind of cool because it's like, well, what if you would happen to get lost or something? You need to know how to get home from almost anywhere. So it's almost like, I can't wait to have kids. I kind of want to try this on them someday and see if they can figure out how to get home. But I thought that was actually really interesting where you have your kids try and figure out how to get home. And then, lucky for us in Fremont, we have a lot of different playgrounds. So one of the other ideas that a mom had was take your kids and explore a new playground. Go just kind of find a new playground that maybe isn't close to your house, or maybe it is close to your house and you've just never been there. And there's always different toys to play with, different things to climb on, which is really nice. Um, and then let's see what else. There was let the kids cook dinner. That could be a fun family activity. Let the kids pick what you want for dinner. Would you ever be interested in doing that kind of thing? Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Growing up as a kid, I know my mom, she taught me to cook and my brothers, so we all knew how to cook. So every once in a while we get to pick the meal. And I know now when I go home a lot, I mostly go home for holidays and birthdays and stuff like that. I tend to end up cooking the meals for my parents, which is nice for them because they get a break, and lucky for me, I know how to cook. And then let's see, what else could we do? You could always go for a bike ride. It's always beautiful. It's been beautiful out lately to go maybe, have a bike ride and stuff like that. Um, there was another post about even if you remember when you were probably littler, I don't think you guys do it so much as you get older, you did show and tell at school. You could even do that with your family at home. Like maybe you have this toy or this object or something that you really love, but your family doesn't understand why. And you could maybe have a show and tell night, like show me something that's important to you and why, and tell the story behind it. Maybe people don't remember why you love that thing so much or why you even have it, which is nice to just remember some fun things that you know. And then kind of like we were talking about yesterday about growing a garden. I mean, that's even a fun family activity. Maybe starting a garden outside, or even if you start something in your house and then take it outside. That's a fun family activity that everybody can do together, and it gets you active and it gets you outside. Another thing, depending on where you live and how close you are with your neighbors, there was an idea of, maybe baking some cookies or some brownies or something and going to get to know your neighbors. When I was a kid growing up, we all lived on a block. I lived in a small town in Iowa growing up, and every summer we'd have a neighborhood like block party. Everybody would bring some kind of food, and we'd all go. It rotated houses. Like one year it'd be at this house, next year just kind of rotated houses and backyards, and you really got to know your neighbors, which was super nice growing up. So that way, you got to know the neighbor kids, you could play, and it's really great. So that's even a fun activity for families now is, get to know your neighbors, bake some baked goods or something, and go show them, give them some stuff, and it even teaches you guys a little bit more about generosity and giving and sharing and stuff like that. And I feel like we could always use a little more kindness in this world, for sure. Let's see, what else could we do? If you like sports, I know my family's a sports kind of family, so we like to go watch different kinds of sporting events. That could be a fun activity. I know I got an email today, I think from the school, that they're talking about doing having all the kids, well, not having all the kids, but inviting all the kids to go to a Moo game, one of the baseball games in town, as one of the back to school activities this year. So, sporting events can be fun. It's not just with your family, you can see other friends and stuff, and you get out and you get to watch a sport hopefully that you love. And then I know we have a bowling alley in town. I had a bowling alley in town growing up, and we like to go. My mom actually bowled on a league for years and was a pretty good bowler. So bowling's always kind of fun. It gets you out of your normal and stuff like that. And we had about 30 minutes from my hometown, we had a roller rink. So not ice skating, but roller skating. And you could go roller skate around there, and that's always a fun time, fun family outings. You're getting out of the house, you're out doing stuff. Even, with all this COVID stuff, we've all been kind of cooped up and all that. But even if you can get out on a nature walk with your family, maybe make it a scavenger hunt. Everybody comes up with their own little list of things you want to find on your walk, and you go on a little nature walk / scavenger hunt. Be interesting to see what everybody wants to see if they can find. I'd probably be the person in my family that would think of the hardest things you could ever find that nobody would find and be like, haha, I know where they are, you don't. That'd be me. I'd be that way with my family. You could even go out and play with a Frisbee. Frisbees are always fun. I know Frisbee golf has become kind of a big thing lately. And there's all these kind of Frisbee golf courses and stuff. I know I think there was a Frisbee golf thing at JCAC outside, if I remember right. May not be there. Maybe I'm thinking of it in school, but I thought it was at JCAC. But, Frisbee's fun. If you have a dog, it's even better because you can throw the Frisbee and the dog usually catches it. It's kind of the best. I'm house sitting for a family friend of mine, and they have a dog, and it's fun playing with him in the yard and watching him try and catch the ball when I throw it. It's always fun. And if you have pets, that's a great family activity. Just kind of hanging out with your pets and doing stuff with them is always great. You could even, if you're kind of an artsy kind of family, you could make some kind of family artwork. Maybe make a tree, have somebody draw a tree, and you all put your handprints on it. It'd be kind of cool to just see how, maybe you do it every couple years. Maybe you just do it once, and you look back on it years from now, and you're like, oh my gosh, my hand was that small then. I know when I was little, I made one of those little handprint mold things that you give to your mom or dad on Christmas, and my mom still has it, and I'll go up to it and I'll be like, I was tiny. Let's see what else. Um, you know, tomorrow we'll talk more about water, so I'm not going to talk too much about water activities you can do outside, but water is always a fun option, and we'll definitely talk about that more tomorrow. You could even try a new food or new cuisine. So, take the family somewhere where you've maybe never eaten before, or maybe you just haven't eaten all together before, and try something new. I know I've tried to convince my family. I tried sushi once and I love it, but I cannot convince my family to go eat sushi with me. I kind of think I'm a little crazy for that one, but it's always fun to try new foods, and even if you're just trying new recipes, it doesn't always have to be a new food. Maybe you're just trying maybe you're making spaghetti and you just try it a little differently, you add a different ingredient or something. It's always fun to spice up your food and make it a fun family activity. Let's see, putt golf. That is always fun. I know growing up, my brothers loved to do that. That was the thing we would do every summer. My brothers weren't big into swimming, but they loved putt. So I'd usually be in the pool, and my dad and my brothers would usually be at the putt course, and my mom, it just kind of depended where she wanted to be that day. But putt's always fun. I know just about every single family vacation I've taken, we have found a putt course and ended up playing putt. So you can definitely tell it's something my family likes to do together, which is nice to have a kind of a family thing you like to go to and do. You could even do a puzzle together. I am a huge fan of puzzles. I love doing puzzles, and I love it when somebody does them with me. Kind of just something where you're working together to get an end result or in a beautiful picture and all that. Puzzles are always a fun option. Like I said earlier about going, visiting your neighbors, baking. So if you're going to go visit them and take them baked goods, that's always a great family activity. You can go camping. And if you don't want to go to like an actual campground, I know growing up as a kid, I like to camp out a lot in my backyard, kind of get you out of the house for a night. And you can do it as a whole family. You can do it just maybe you and a sibling, or just kind of depends on what you are feeling. But camping is always a fun activity to do with your family. And then kind of going along with the whole nature scavenger hunt or walking thing we were talking about before, you could even go on a walk and take pictures, like come up with a list of things you want to find to take a picture of. Maybe you don't want to find them like in a scavenger hunt, or maybe you want to make it an even harder scavenger hunt. You gotta find it and take a picture of it. Kind of make it a little bit more fun, a little more challenging, that kind of stuff. That's kind of all of the stuff I either found or kind of thought of for me. I know as I'm getting older, I like finding more things that I can do with my brothers and my parents, just because we don't always get all that fun family time that we used to when I was younger. So it's always fun having family time. Especially with school starting soon. I know a lot of families are trying to take vacations or even doing little staycations. But that's about really all I have for today, unless you got something more to add. No. Tomorrow it'll be at the same time again at 4. I'm working late tomorrow, just like I did today. And tomorrow will be all about fun and water activities and all that kind of stuff. So I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, okay? Bye.